we're great. This is part 3 to our watching of fat shaming. If you saw us on YouTube, don't forget our version because copyright reasons makes people in version of this and other Hindu films. You can go to Patreon or channel memberships. I'll put a link in the description. I'll go check that out. And
Mrs.
We'll talk about the movie and review it. Let's finish this movie, huh?
Okay.
Pick up the pace! That would hurt it.
Yeah, it would.
इतना आसान है तुम्हें करना पड़ेगा ना तब पता चले अच्छा
Ow.
बस पकड़ के रखो
Ooh, stairs. How many takes did they have to do all of this stuff for Ayushmann?
Ooh, jeez.
Mud Runner. I've always wanted to do Mud Runner.
Okay. Yeah, I've done a mud run.
तुम ठीक तो अरे क्या हुआ तुम तो बड़ी खूबसूरत लग रही है जैसे
I think they're falling in love.
Getting out of that?
No joke. Oh, mother.
मुझे वापस नहीं जाना है मुझे रोक लो
It's like 3/4 jump.
You think they're going to win, Corbin? I think they fall just before they hit the end. Hey, they won! They won! They saved the shop! They fell in love! And he pulled his quad! He's running her all the way back home to the bedroom. Kiss her, you fool! Kiss, 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 kiss! Yeah!
और हाँ अपने आंसुओं की परवाह ना मुझे लेकिन अब कोई है जिसकी आंखों से आंसू टपकते हुए मैं ना देख सकूं संध्या
Wow. Goddamn adorable.
Adorbs.
Especially that end. That end was very adorable.
Adorbs.
Like this, I mean, it's very Ayushmann, the film style in terms of
Very. Gold, blue diamond.
it has a message in it.
Yep.
But it's also very commercially accessible. It's like his MO
100%. Right down the middle.
of like we're taking a pretty like heavy subject matter in terms of
Pun
like,
intended.
like a word. In terms of like just how people that are bigger are treated in society.
Yep.
Throughout all societies, really. Except back in the day. Back in the day, it was you were supposed to be bigger.
Yeah.
It was
A sign of wealth and health.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But and then you'd have the not just him, but like the family learning, fat people are people too.
Wow.
Essentially.
I know.
Essentially.
Yeah.
It's the premise of like a lot of 90s Hollywood movies.
Yeah.
We had to learn it back in the day.
It is Shrek. I mean, I didn't just mention Fiona, but it 100% is Shrek.
Yeah.
It's also Beauty and the Beast.
Yeah.
It's like when the Beast turned into the handsome prince, everyone in the audience went, switch him back.
Yeah. Mm.
Yeah, I loved it. And they did extra on the elevative artistry aspect of it with cinematography and score. I mean, just
Yeah, the score was lovely.
off
by,
the charts.
who's the
It's
composers?
two composers. Andrea Guerra along with Anu Malik. Beautiful score.
Yeah.
Just perfect rom-com.
Especially their theme
Yeah.
was really, really pretty. But everything else, I mean, I think they weaved in. There's stuff that we, of course, didn't pick up on. They weaved 90s references and song and stuff like that. I feel
Perfect
like
runtime.
into very short. It's an hour 50.
Great
movie.
casting.
Bhumi was
Perfect.
I mean, we've loved everything we've ever seen Bhumi in.
Yeah.
But
Perfectly cast.
a heck of an introduction.
Yeah.
It's
Wonderful.
It's no wonder that you could see the talent
Yeah.
immediately.
Immediately.
Obviously, she's a very likable character, strong woman who speaks her mind. But obviously, you felt for her. But how much? Because it did not look like a fat suit at all. It looked like
It's not. It's 100% her weight.
They found her.
Yep.
It's not like she was also extremely overweight.
No, she was just big.
But I'd assume she lost a lot of weight after.
A lot of weight. And I'd love to know the journey and what was going on. Because if you're overweight and if you enter into the realms of morbidly obese, which isn't a huge amount of weight over the overweight line, you're starting to run into health problems that you have as potential. You start to run into potential heart issues, blood pressure issues, diabetes issues. So being big, it's not a.
She gained it for the movie.
Shut
That's what it says right here. She says Bhumi gained approximately 30 kgs. I don't know what that is.
That's like 70 pounds.
For the role of this movie, and subsequently lost over 35 kgs, according to the Indian Express. She achieved this through focus on routine health and self-care rather than crash diets or extreme workouts.
Dude, that's almost 80 pounds that she chose to put on for the role. Are you kidding me?
I thought they just found her.
Especially since she's being introduced.
Yes.
If that's true,
Yeah, let me know if that's
oh
true.
my stars.
Obviously, everything on the internet is not true.
I'd love to know if that's true. Because, wow.
That's a lot of weight to gain for a movie.
That's
Maybe
I think that's might be more than what De Niro put on for Raging Bull. I'm looking that up.
Yeah, how Bhumi shred 35 kgs without a crash diet. I don't even know what a crash diet is. Bhumi, big weight loss.
Yeah. That surpasses what De Niro had to do for Raging Bull.
Yeah.
He put on 60 pounds.
Obviously, let me know if that's actually like she lost it, but did she specifically gain it for the movie, or did they just when they found her that was her size?
That was my assumption, is
That
that
was
they were
my
looking
assumption.
for a girl who was that size to play the role, and then she just wound up losing weight over the course of however long.
Yeah.
But if that's true, that's one of the biggest transformations I've ever seen on screen.
She really wanted that role.
No kidding.
She was like, "I'm gonna make it in this industry. I will."
Could you do that? Could you put on 70 pounds, Corbin? For a role.
If they,
I don't know that I could do that.
If they guaranteed that, like, this is going to be your role and this is going to launch you, I would do it. Obviously,
I don't
I would be
know.
like, I need you to hire me a person that would obviously help me in this, but because that's a lot of weight.
Let's put that into perspective, dude. If I did that, I would weigh 255 pounds.
Jeez. But then you would have been launched into the industry,
I can't imagine
and it's
that.
a fantastic role.
I just can't imagine that.
Yeah.
That's truly mind-boggling, if that's the case.
Yeah, obviously. Once again, let us know if that's true. I don't just believe anything that's on the internet. But apparently she obviously lost it all too without crash dieting. I don't know what crash dieting.
Crash dieting means it's unhealthy. You just literally stop eating.
Stop eating.
Yeah, and you're only like drinking water and eating only boiled chicken and broccoli and nothing else.
Gotcha.
It's not healthy.
Apparently she lost it without doing that. Apparently,
Yeah.
a bunch of articles about that. That, I would love to.
That's remarkable.
I've wanted to talk to Bhumi for a long time.
Yeah.
I love Bhumi. I think she's an absolutely fantastic actress.
Yep.
In everything we've ever seen of hers. But now I don't want to talk to her even more.
I gotta look it up too and see what the sources are out there.
Yeah. If anybody has a contact
Pretty
for
much.
Bhumi out there.
Yeah.
That's what it says, right?
Every news source is showing that she did it for the role.
That's wild. Obviously, if
everything is saying she gained it for the role.
If I had studio help and like they hired a trainer, a dietitian, and all that. Also, you can't lose all that weight that fast either.
No, you got to be careful putting it on and taking it off
because skin saggy. Obviously, just health reasons. It's dangerous to.
I can't fathom that.
In terms of like how fast, if you lose it too fast, it's very unhealthy and dangerous. It's unhealthy for your body, obviously, to go through a transformation that fast.
Yeah.
But heck,
wow,
Jang, that's a heck of a journey if she did that for the role. Good Lord.
Yeah.
That's
unbelievable.
That is.
I want to verify that for sure.
Yes, of course.
But love the movie. Absolutely adorable, wonderful. It's everything you want in a rom-com. Just everything. Loved it.
Yeah, especially the end.
Yeah.
It gave you all the
so
gave
great.
you all the feels.
Yeah.
And it didn't. There was obviously some like the fat shame, but obviously it's the 90s.
It wasn't as bad as I was thinking it could be.
It could be if this movie was made in the 90s, it would have been.
Could have been really bad.
Because when they made this in 2015, everybody knew that fat people were people.
Yeah.
Believe it or not.
Yeah.
But like in the 80s or 90s, it would have been. And in Bollywood, also, we've seen it in other films, like how fat people are often, like, they're called certain things.
Yeah.
Even like, I love you, you're my sister, you're my friend. You get called whatever that word for fatso is.
Right.
Like, people, they just get called that.
And this film only works with real body weight. If you tried to do something to make someone look heavy who's not with CGI or bodysuits, absolute failure. The movie loses its efficacy.
Yeah.
But
that's why I assumed she was just that size. Wild.
Absolutely wild.
Hats off. Hats off, man. That's a Herculean effort. And because she didn't even look like Bhumi.
No, I had to look it up and confirm it was her.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, I'm pretty sure she's the lead in this, but if that's her, it doesn't look like her.
No.
Incredible.
Absolutely wild.
And cinematography.
Yeah, cinematography by
gorgeous. Manu Anand. Beautiful cinematography. We said it watching it. One of those things where you don't have to make it look that pretty, but you did.
And excellent directing,
great
pacing
directing
by
Sharat Kataria.
Sharat Kataria.
Great job.
Have we seen anything of his before?
And I don't think My Big Fat Bride is the actual title. That's what it's listed on IMDb. It's pretty sure that it's heave ho, carry that load.
Yeah. No. This is the first time we've seen. This is his
second film.
He did something called in 2018.
Do another rom-com. You wrote and directed. Write and direct another rom-com. You sure know how to throw that ball.
What was Ayushmann's last film?
Good question. Because it'd been, like you said at the outset, it'd been a minute.
I knew he did that one we didn't
Was Vicky Donor our last Ayushmann film we watched?
Yeah, maybe.
Well, there's a post-production. He doesn't have anything in pre or filming, but he's got... Oh, yeah, he does.
He did Dream Girl 2. Obviously, we didn't see that because we haven't seen Dream Girl 1.
We saw an Action
Hero.
Yeah.
Okay, that was the last thing we see. And Dr. G.
We saw that in theaters.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, okay. So Dream Girl 2 was his last. Knock. We didn't see a Knock. I heard mixed stuff about a Knock.
And then I forgot he was in Gulabo Satabo.
Oh, yeah.
Totally forgot that.
We forgot a lot about Gulabo Satabo.
Yeah.
But I do, yeah. He has such an interesting filmography because a lot of his films are very him and such his brand.
Yep.
But also, does that style work anymore in Bollywood? Does the audience want it anymore?
If it's a good story, come
Yeah.
on. I don't see how that doesn't still work.
This is Thama.
Looks like Indian Batman.
Sanjay Dutt, Nawaz, Rajmika, Anush, Varun. Wow.
Paresh.
That's a heck of a cast.
A well-known and determined historian examines ancient manuscripts for clues to the mysterious vampire legends of Vijay Nagar. Bring it on.
Comedy horror.
Makes sense.
Um,
Drop the comedy.
now, comedy could be fun.
It can be, but just
It just depends on.
I prefer it just straight horror.
However you get it. Anyways, that was great.
Fun
I
movie.
really enjoyed
Loved
that.
it.
Hope you enjoyed the watch along. If you saw us on YouTube, you saw a very cut version because of copyright reasons. If I see full coverage of this and other Hindi films, you get it for the Patreon or channel memberships. I'll put the link in the description below, and you gotta go check that out. And on to the